Hey guys, it's Pineapple. I wanted to bring you guys a video about the part 1 and 2 of the Dungeater questline. I haven't completed part 3 yet, so I can't make a video. But this is the guy who was hanging in the capital city during the intro cutscene. You first experience him here at the roundhouse, and you talk to him, and he's going to give you keys and let you know to go find him in the capital city in this really obscure sewer area that's really kind of hard to find. So I'm going to walk you through how to do that. So once you get these keys from him, you want to travel to Elden and follow this path to the next grace point. And because there's a lot of filler time in here and I'm not good at YouTube, I'm going to tell you guys stories of my childhood, starting with my first experience with dodgeball. I went to a Catholic grade school, and when it would rain outside, we would go up to the recreation center, and there's a hand there. And we would play inside, and my options were duck, duck, goose, or dodgeball. And you might be thinking, Pineapple, why didn't you play duck, duck, goose? And I'm going to tell you I didn't know how to play it. So this is the grace point you want to be at right here. Run past that boss, and then from this point, we're going to run down into the sewer, just straight ahead. We're going to lose some frames. We're going to take a quick right, run past all these, continue losing frames. We're going to fight this guy at the end, and then we're going to take a ladder. So you might be thinking, Pineapple, why didn't you just play Duck, Duck, Goose? It's pretty self-explanatory, and I'm going to be honest with you. I overthought it. I didn't know how to play it. It made no sense to me. So I played Dodgeball. Now, you might be thinking, well, what was wrong with Dodgeball? This is not your normal Dodgeball. Your normal Dodgeball, you guys all have your equal sides of the basketball court. You pick up the balls in the middle. You hit each other. You go to jail, whatever. This one was played with a nun. And this nun... Okay, continue following this path, though. Sorry. I was getting into my story. You're going to come around here, this rubble, and you're going to jump up on top here, go up the cliff, jump up on the house, and then you're going to be looking for a well. Watch out, there are archers over here that will hurt you. You're going to go down the well and then continue on this path. There's a door to also open. So the first time you come down here, you have to open this door right here. Don't be afraid just to jump down here. You won't take damage, but you will run into some big guys over here. Just keep running by them. So this nun was playing dodgeball with us, and what she made us all do was line up shoulder to shoulder against a wall, back and butt against the wall. You couldn't be off of it. And you were shoulder to shoulder. So the only place you could do, the only thing you could do is just jump or duck. But I'm not very athletic, and I was pretty tall. So there was a good, 2-foot section that was just constantly there. So you're going to want to dodge this guy. You're going to hit this grace. And then from here, we're going to drop down into another tunnel and continue running through that tunnel, get by some flowers. So there I am against this wall, and this nun does a softball pitch with a 4-square ball. It wasn't even like a softball. It was a 4-square ball. And she pummeled that thing at me, and it hit me right in the gut, and little Pineapple, breathless, on the ground, heaving, went over and was like, fine, I'll play Duck, Duck, Goose. And I had to figure out how to do that. And then some kid made me the goose first. So I'm over here dry heaving on the ground. I probably have the 4-square, etchings in my stomach from how hard she impaled me. And now I'm the goose. It was not fun. And I haven't played dodgeball since then. So you want to go up this ladder, and you're going to have to fight all the master hands in the room, which I'm terrible at. So I tried to use ranged attacks. I found that I could kill one and then kind of make the other one half health. I'm running a great sword, so it's pretty easy. The first one didn't miss. That's actually a desync issue. From Software said they're working on that. So I make the second one weak. I missed that one, honestly, but I swiped them. And then there's the big boy in the ground. So he's going to come out. You'll notice in the back of this room, the gate is already open. That's because I already came down here, but I don't know why I couldn't find him. I had a lantern on, was the theory that if you have a lantern on, he doesn't appear. But so you want to make quick work of this guy here before he kills you. I hate these things. Whoever came up with this monster design needs a raise because they did really good. No need to hit that crit spot. Just keep button mashing and killing him. But then you make quick work of him. and then you go into the room. You'll have to open it with those keys. And this is where you'll find Dungeater bashing his head against the wall. First time I came in here, he wasn't there, and I think it was because I had a lantern on or my instance was wrong, but you'll want to run through his dialogue. He's going to tell you to come fight him at a lake, which I go to in a little bit. Apparently I forgot to hit the button here, and I didn't clip this out, so enjoy this little filler. But you kill him, and then you go back to him back at the roundhouse and kind of turn in the quest in a way to him. He gives you a sword when you defeat him. But then the last part of it that I haven't done yet is the cursed bed seeds. And so you have to run around and find 4 of them. I've got 2 so far. I'll put up part 3 when I get it. But as I'm running through this, it reminded me of the Foursquare games that we used to play and how my competitiveness got me in trouble one time. And so when we were at lunch, at recess, we would play Foursquare. And for some reason, our school always was girls versus boys. And the girls were really good at Foursquare. I don't know if that was just like from our school or if that's a universal thing, but they were really good. And there was me and 4 other guys who challenged them because we're just competitive. And what would happen is as you move up the Foursquare hierarchy, if you will, when you become like the king at Foursquare, like in the first quadrant, so you have quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's like king, queen, joker, and then peasant or whatever you want to call them. When you get to the king spot, you can kind of make the rules. And there was this one girl who would always do it. And if she got all girls in there, they would play the nicest, easiest version of Foursquare. And they just have a really good time. And they laugh at all of us boys because we couldn't play and we have to stand in line and waste our recess. But then one time, one of us got up to be king. And I got jealous that he was king. And so as Kevin was king and I got into the peasant square, we were playing and he looked at me and was like, hey, let's knock out the queen so that we can move up and we can get all boys in there. And I heard that and I registered it. But then I also thought, what if I was king? And so he teed me up to do a cherry bomb, to hit the ground, have it bounce over her. She'd go crying. We get detention from the teacher. But instead of doing the cherry bomb on her square, I did it on his square. So I knocked out my fellow guy, moving the queen, who was a girl, up to the king spot. So she was making the rules again. And he just walked over to me and punched me. And so I was, again, little pineapple, dry heaving on the ground at recess because I was too competitive to try to team up with the other boys to do that. So if you notice during this fight, this is about the 7th attempt I had at him. And the first couple, my stream made me use fists and whips, which didn't do anything. But the 3rd attempt, when I finally came after him, the big crab came out because the crab just wanted to join the fight. And so I had to make quick work of the crab. And I was trying to get him to hurt Dungeater. That didn't work. But that's the sword he gives you, Sword of Milo. I'll show the stats here in just a second. It's a pretty good, great sword. Pretty cool. Good design. But after you do this portion of it, the next part will be going back to the round table and turning in the quest. And I'm also remembering when we played recess. I had a really good recess stories. I also remember when we played soccer. It was the weirdest rules for soccer because it was usually like the older grade versus the younger grade because we usually had 2 grades at recess together. And we would have like 12 goalies. And then we'd have like the 2 people who'd wander out when they got the ball to like take on the other side. And they'd also have like 12 goalies. It was a really weird version of soccer that we played. Kind of wild. It's amazing none of us grew up to be, good at soccer. So you come back to this round table, you run down the hallway again, talk to him, turn it in. And then this is the part, he got some dialogue, but you'll want to go back and get those cursed bed seeds, which I'll put up a video later about. Anyway, it's gonna be a long outro. Thank you for watching to this point. If you actually did, I tried to entertain that. Really only good at short form videos on TikTok, so we're gonna try out this YouTube thing and put some walkthroughs up before my stream looks better, that I can just upload those ones. But give me a like and a comment if you liked it, or if you hated it. If you hated it, let me know. I welcome those comments too. But we'll see you either on our next stream on TikTok, twitch.tv/pineapple BREHH, or in my future TikTok videos uploaded daily. I don't have enough time for another story, but my audio has to be cut out because it has my Twitch stream in it where I was just randomly rambling, if you can believe that. Yeah, there you go. That's the Dungeater.